Hello everybody, I hope everyone's doing good. First I want to thank the subscribers and viewers for watching my videos. I really appreciate that. And today I'm going to be working on the Jalopy snowblower. I don't know if you watched part 1. On that video I got the engine running. I was expecting to have to take the carburetor off and clean it, but it seems to run alright so far. And the next issue that I had was the auger cable is seized. I tried everything. It's been about 4 or 5 days I was soaking it. It still doesn't move. It's stuck. So I decided to look on the internet and I found a cable. The cable was like $44 or something like that. And I still was going to have to buy the auger belt. So I decided to go up the street to the lawnmower shop up the street here. And he looked up the parts for it and he had the parts in stock. And the cable, let me get the box, it fell. It's a little windy as usual. The cable here was $48. And the belt was like $23. And then I decided to buy some shear bolts for the auger itself. This is one I really didn't want to put any money into. I was thinking about just putting this off to the side and using the engine off it for some other project. But then I decided to go ahead and fix this. So the belt number here, let me go in here where there's no glare. It says 37X120MA, and it's a Murray belt. So, and as it seems, the belt that's on there now, I'm positive it's too thick. Like I said, I bought it at the Tractor Supply. And this is the cable. It's a Briggs & Stratton. It's a 761400MA. So I'm going to begin by removing the whole chute assembly here. It'll give me better access to get to the cable down there. It's a little tight quarters in here. So I'm going to get set up for that. I got the wrenches all ready to go. And there's 4 nuts and bolts holding this side. Oh no, there's 2 nuts and bolts holding this side, and there's 2 on the other side. So I got the chute aiming all the way to the left. This way when I put it back together, I know to aim the chute to the left. I don't think I'm going to have to take this adjustment bar off. I think I'll be able to take those 4 nuts and bolts off and just slide this out of the way and out. Maybe not, but we'll see. Okay, so I'll get set up right now and we'll go ahead and pull the chute assembly off. So I'll begin by taking off the 2 nuts and bolts on this side here. I'm trying to pay attention to camera angle and whatnot. I'll take these 2 off here. I'm sure it's going to make it much easier to... There's pretty tight quarters in there to get the cable off. Undo the cable. I already took the skid plate off the bottom. And I also took off... This has 2 cables. So the cable from the handle to the back of the snowblower. I took all that apart off camera the day I was working on this. wrench on the bottom to hold the bolt if I can. Yeah, we're on. Then there was another I saw on the internet, looked like lawnmower parts or something like that, and I saw the cable listed for $7.95 or something. But you know, I figured if I get the wrong cable, then I'll have to ship it back and whatnot. This way, this guy's up the street, so if it's the wrong cable, I could just return it with no problems, and he can go ahead and get the right one for it. Let's swing this around over here, and then we'll take this other side apart. I don't know if you could even see anything here. Let me see what we got going here. Yeah, I have to do it from the inside of the chute here. Just got to get on underneath here. This should make a world of difference taking this chute off. I'm hoping anyway. After I get the chute off, I'm going to remove the old belt. Under here. There we go. this off. Okay, now I'm going to loosen these belt guides here. Just swung them up out of the way and tighten it up for now. Okay, now when the tension's off, down below here where the belt rides on the bottom pulley, there's like a guide that presses against the belt. This way, when there's no tension on the belt, it keeps it from jumping off the other pulley. So what you want to do is, you want to force this way before you take the belt off. I'm going to try to jump the belt off the top here. This is a pretty tight situation over here right now because, like I said, it's got the wrong belt on it. So let me see if I can get a wrench. I have a 14 millimeter. I think it's a 1/2 inch, but I think 14 should work. Yeah, it does. So we're going to jump this off here. Hopefully. Watch, don't get your fingers caught in there. I'm telling you that because I've done it. So like I was saying, as soon as you push this tensioner in, like you were tightening the belt, you could just jump this belt right off the pulley underneath. And you just pull your belt right out that way. And now we're going to concentrate on the cable. I hope you guys can see something that's going on here, because I got this glare here with the sun. I'll try to move it this way some more. What did it? Well, I can show you on the new cable. I'll show you on this new one here. Okay, now the S part here, it has the plastic, and you have to squeeze this to pull it out of the bracket, and that's what I'm going to be doing right now. So I'll get some needle nose for that. Oh yeah, it's so much easier to do it this way. So, yes, you have to take the chute assembly off when you're changing these cables here. Let me pop this vice grip off. So what you want to do is you want to get around that part where it goes through the bracket there and squeeze it and pull. Got it. Okay, I got that part. So now what we're going to do is we're going to tilt the machine up on its nose, and then I can go ahead and fish the cable out the other end. Okay, so I'm noticing here with the new cable, this is the part that goes towards the back of the machine here, and it has the clip in, and I'll show you when we get to that. And I'm noticing here that this threaded part here, on the old cable, it was a longer distance. So what I'm going to do, what I did is, I took the distance from this nut here on the old cable to the tip. Now I'm talking about the threaded part, and I made this side the same. Okay, so I'm gonna have to undo this nut to get it into the bracket later, but first what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hook up the front part that goes to the pulley, and then I'll work with that in a little while. Okay, so I'm gonna run the cable down towards the bottom here. So I want to have the S facing this way so I could clip it into the assembly here. So that's what we'll do now. And you want to hook this part up first, because you're going to have to pull this cable out over here to be able to hook it onto the bracket. The pulley assembly, I should say. So let me get this part in here first. And then I can clip this in here, hopefully. Oh, that's tough. Might need pliers to pull that on, push that on there. This is tough. All right. Okay, so because the cable was new, I had a real hard time clipping this in, but it went. I used the needle nose pliers, and the problem was too that the cable curve makes a big sharp curve too, so it's hard to hold the cable and get it through the eyelid here, but I was able to do that. Now I just hooked it up to the to this tensioner here. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the belt on and hook up the back part and see where we stand. Okay, so I'm going to slide the belt down here like I was talking about. Now we're going to have to push this up so we clear that guide. I was telling you, it has that guide to keep it on the bottom pulley when the auger is not in use. This is a whole bunch easier to do from, well, no, it's not too bad from here, but it is kind of easier to do from the bottom, but cleared that. Nope, I'm not. See, that's what you gotta watch out for. Once I put the belt on and I put it around that guide that pushes in, and I burnt the belt up instantly by doing that. Now you just want to slide that up here, and you want to make sure that your guide is riding on the outside of the belt, which will push in as soon as you pull the tensioner back. And now I'm just going to adjust these guides here, and I'll flip the machine up, and then we'll hook up the cable the rest of the way. And we'll start it up and hope for the best. Okay, what I've done now is we have to hook it up to the back part. So I unscrewed this nut all the way off, and there's a notch where we could slide the cable in, and then there's this bracket too that has to go on there as well. So we'll go ahead and do that now. Bracket has to let me see if you guys could see, sort of. So this bracket has to slide over this here. I have the nut up here, and then what you have to do is bring this whole thing down here. Thing has to come down. This has to go up through the bottom bracket, and then this just plops right on here, and then we'll tighten this up, and then I have to go in and get the other cable and hook that up and make sure it works. I might have to make some adjustments here. I'm not sure. And then underneath here there's another clasp, so I have to clip it to the cable, and then it'll clip to the side of the inner part of the machine so the pulleys don't hit it. Okay, that's pretty good. I have to slide this rubber back down here. This grommet. I did the grommet already split up here some. Now I gotta get it through the eyelet. That's gonna be fun. Let's see. There it comes. Yeah, the top of this grommet already got split. That's so you want to keep the water from getting in there, but I don't know. The grommet on the other one was good, and water still got in there, so I don't know if it makes much matter. Okay, I'll go get the other cable now. We'll try to hook that up. So this end, the spring, hooks to the eyelet. So that's good, that fits. Sorry about the camera, as usual. I think you might be able to see it working. So it works. Now one other mishap I had. Here comes the big wind again. Sorry about that, guys. Try to take the camera off here. This other belt guide here was supposed to be bolted to this upper bolt here, but it's stripped. So I tried to put it down below. There's another hole here. So I put it down below here, but now it's riding down here. So I want to see if that's going to make any problems, because it's actually supposed to ride on the top of the belt here, up by the pulley. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see what it looks like. I already tried it. It works. I just want to let you guys see. I noticed it's starting to surge and hunt, so I might have to do a carburetor cleaning on it. I suggest you don't do what I did, and I tried it without the chute on there. The only thing I have left to do is I have to put the bottom cover back on, install the chute, and I'll replace the shear bolts in the auger. And I'm noticing one of the skids is like gone. So I just might flip it upside down or whatever. The other one seems to be alright. And maybe just for the heck of it, I'll list it on the marketplace or offer up. I mean, I'm not going to ask a lot of money for it. I more or less just want this machine rid of. I don't see it snowing anymore, but you never know with March. We could still get a snowstorm. So in the meantime, if I don't sell it and I get a snowstorm, I'll go ahead and try it. And that's going to be it for today. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.